Welcome to this brief tutorial on the National Weather Service Interactive Radar website. With this website, there are three primary menus you need to know about. The first one is the Select View menu, in which you can display a number of different products, including individual radars, the National Radar Mosaic, weather for a location, and all other hazardous conditions. You can also search for a location across the country by typing it here in the magnifying glass box. And there's also a map menu in which you can hide the menu. You can reset it to the current display, which is the National Mosaic. You have multiple layers as a base layer, including standard, topographic, satellite, ocean, and dark canvas. You can also include a number of boundary overlays, including state boundaries, county boundaries, and county warning areas, or the boundaries for the various National Weather Service offices across the country. In addition, in the bottom left-hand corner, you have navigation buttons for zooming in and zooming out. You can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out, as well as an animation button. And when you click the animation, it is going to cycle through roughly 30 to 45 minutes of data, and this will happen whether you're looking at the national view or a local view, and it does not matter what kind of product you have displayed at the time as well. So let's go to Select View and click on Radar Station Products, which allows you to choose an individual radar. The different icons represent those specific radars. The blue icons are radars that are up and running. The red icons are radars that are currently down for maintenance or a prolonged outage. And if there was a yellow icon, it would be a radar that is currently experiencing problems. So let's focus in here on Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and we can zoom into the area. And the default is to show the base reflectivity data across the area. With this drop down, you can show the current latency. And in the middle drop down, you can look at the different products that are available to display, including super resolution base reflectivity, super resolution base velocity, and a series of other products that weren't available on our previous interface. Most of these products have to do with dual pole capabilities. To display a different product, we simply click on that product and the display will update. So this is the current base velocity data out of the Sioux Falls, South Dakota radar. We will change it back to reflectivity. This drop down here is for current alerts or hazards, and this defaults to short fuse hazards like severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, flash flood warnings, but because there are currently none in effect, there is nothing there. But if we click on this additional options button, you can quickly change that to from storm-based warnings, short fuse warnings, to all hazards. And as you can see, there are some hazards that are issued here south of Sioux Falls. So let's zoom out a little bit. And you can see what those hazards are. In this case, this is a winter weather advisory extending across portions of Nebraska, Iowa, into southern Wisconsin. Now, from this display, you can also quickly change a radar by clicking on that radar's icon, and it will update by showing that radar's information. Next, let's view the National Radar Mosaic. In this case, it is stitching together the base reflectivity from multiple radars into one image. And in this case, we can animate that image so you can see as this storm is moving across the upper Midwest. As was the case with local radars, you can also look at different products: quality controlled base reflectivity, raw base reflectivity, raw composite base reflectivity, quality controlled composite base reflectivity, precipitation type, and echo tops. Again, this map defaults to short fused warnings like tornado, severe thunderstorm, and flash flood. But again, we can click on the options button here and toggle this to all hazards, and view all those hazards. If we go here and click the latest data, it will show you the various headlines that are in effect across this portion of the display. Next, we go to Select View and we'll look at the weather for a location. When we click that, we can type in a location. In this case, I will do Des Moines, Iowa. And it will zoom in on that area or center that area. And here in the menu, you can see the current temperature. If you click the drop down arrow, you can see the temperature forecast for the next several days in this graph, as well as a text portion of that forecast for the next several days. So this is a nice way of viewing the forecast outside of our normal point and click interface that is on our main web pages. In addition, you can click on the alert drop down, and it is showing here right now that there is a winter weather advisory in effect for Des Moines. If we click that link, it will give us the base information that an advisory was issued at 10:56 this morning. It is in effect until 6 o'clock on December 12th. And if we want to read the full details of that alert, we can click on the details button, and it will provide us that text here in another pop-up window. Finally, let's look at the all hazardous conditions in the Select View menu. And this removes the radar, but it shows all of the hazards, the alerts that are currently in effect. And again, you can zoom in or out. So in this case, if we zoom out, we can see the entire country and all the various alerts and hazards that are in effect at this time. So to review, let's go back and look at a single station product. Click that. In this case, let's look at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Recenters, we can zoom in on that area. And again, this is showing that base reflectivity, but we can change that to another product easily by clicking this drop down. In this case, let's look at storm relative motion. It will update the display, and with any other product, you can animate that over the past, again, 30 to 45 minutes. We can go to weather for a location, type in Milwaukee, click on it, and you can see that this changes to a current temperature of 40 degrees. Click the drop down, gives you the updated forecast. Click on the alerts drop down, click here to view the latest data, and it will update showing that it also has one alert. In this case, it's showing a lake shore flood warning, and you can click on that for the details. I hope this tutorial has proven useful to you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.weather.gov/Sioux Falls or by calling our office at 605-330-4247 or interacting with us on social media through Twitter or Facebook. Thank you for your time.